Welcome to Random Encounters Guild, everybody. A special guest this evening.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I can't hear you guys. I just
Hey,
see you play.
refresh the
Screen. Oh,
ninja
boy.
screen. Do a refresh. Oh, he can't hear me.
Whoa.
I'll be right back.
I swear.
What was going on with Bryce?
Welcome in, everybody, to this is what we do here apparently on Sunday nights.
Did I miss the intro again?
No, now it's Bryce that's missing. The
Okay.
intro. I noticed your screen was black though. How about now, Bryce? Bryce?
He just has this dumbfounded look on his face.
Can you hear us, Bryce?
I can hear you if I turn up Twitch.
No, you can't do that. Twitch is like 30 seconds behind.
Yeah, you can't.
No.
Wait 30
I
seconds,
know.
I'll figure it out. Yeah, there it is.
Oh no! Why is it not working?
Did you change any like audio inputs or anything?
He can't hear us.
He's gonna hear me in 25 seconds.
Yeah.
I can hear everything else. It's just hold on.
Okay.
Oh no.
I only press it.
He's saying
We're gonna
something.
go to the Be Right Back screen and try to get this sorted. Sorry, everybody. We'll be right back. Okay. Nobody move. I think we're back. As we were saying, yeah. this is, oh my gosh.
For the
Welcome to Random
content.
Encounters Guild. Welcome to Random Encounters Guild. Tonight we are back with Alien, the perfect game and setting for a 3-year-old to be involved in.
Teach them young.
So yeah, we left off last week with the party had split up once again.
No really good decision in TTRPGs.
And Wilson and Davis, along with the medic from the Cronus, were headed back towards the med bay. Because Wilson wanted to inspect the med bay and see what was going on there. Meanwhile, Cham and Rai were working on the pilot station in an effort to get the ship at least flyable. The captain and the corpo rep from the Cronus were on the bridge, kind of straightening up and trying to clean up because the pilot station repair was going to take, I think I said 3 hours. You were going to assist each other, so that cut it in half, and then you got a stunt with your roll, so that I took an hour off, so 3 hours. The Marine was standing guard at the door. You guys gave her the pulse rifle you found. Wilson, Davis, and the medic, I still can't remember his name.
Tom.
Flynn.
Dang, that's close.
I wish I could put like your guys' tokens have your name, your character names at the top of them. I wish I could do that with NPCs, but I can't for some reason. I don't know why. But you guys made a stop at the mess hall looking for the android Ava. She was not there, but the mess hall had been ransacked. Any food stores were kind of wiped out and trashed. Anything there wasn't really usable. But there were a ton of origami animals, like little like the foil wrapper off of Juicy Fruit. Someone had made a bunch of origami animals, and they were just sitting around. But there was no Ava. Then they made their way to the living area where the crew quarters are, and did not stop to inspect anything. They were just hustling through and making their way to the med bay. Meanwhile, up at the bridge where we left off, there was a knock upon the door. And everyone in the bridge kind of stopped what they were doing and turned and looked like, well, what was that? Who is that? Why was somebody knocking? That being said, Davis, what are you guys going to do down here? And you'll notice we're 100% short Davis tonight.
Actual Davis.
Yeah, actual Davis, not character there.
Yeah, actual Davis is again MIA, but luckily we have someone with his IQ sitting in for him.
I get it.
So yeah,
3-year-old's way smarter.
Probably can read better too. Fun fact: he's
What?
dyslexic.
No comment.
He couldn't read it anyway.
Wow.
We're gonna
Just
go-
remember, he wets his pants next episode.
Yeah.
We're
Well,
gonna-
it was.
we're gonna
That
get a
spacesuit's
cat-
got to be filling up by now. So, Dave, you guys make your way to the med lab. Looks like you're all on the map. I will share it just to be safe.
Yes.
You guys make your way to the med lab, and you're at the door. And if you remember, I think Cham made sure to close it on his way out. So the door is closed.
Yeah.
So what's the plan? What are you guys going to do?
So
And I'll be stepping in to play Wilson in my enigmatic style.
Wilson just wanted to stop by the med lab and take notes about the stuff that me and Cham saw.
Yeah.
That's the only reason we came to the med lab. I wanted to show the guy, the medic. Said his name was Tom.
Flynn.
Flynn. Flynn. I wanted to show Flynn the elongated body upstairs.
Oh yeah.
So like,
S-
we went to the med lab for Wilson. So that's just the
yeah.
plan. I'm there for protection at this point.
So yeah, you guys make your way into the med lab, and he sees the specimen jars with the bodies, and he sees the one med bay that's been blown out. He sees the other one that the inside of it is covered in blood, and he's like, "You guys didn't open this?" And no, are you crazy? Why would we do that? And he definitely, he pulls out a little notebook and or even does it on his like data pad. But he takes down like an inventory of everything in the room that is in any way something that Wayland Yutani would be interested in. And
Right.
he turns and he looks at the medic and he says, "Where's the science lab?"
Right.
And the medic says it's right as it's down the hall and to the starboard side. There's two labs. There's a smaller one and the larger one. And Wilson says, "I would like to see that while we're here."
I don't like doing this without a bigger group, to be honest with you, Wilson. I would really prefer to have everybody there.
We're right here.
Correct.
We're right here at it. We can just go see what's there. I need to inventory what is. This is why we're here.
Yes.
This
but
is
at
our
the same time-
protocol: is to bring this stuff back. This is
And
why
it's
we.
not gonna go anywhere. We're
We
the
don't know
only
that.
one.
We don't know who could be on this ship and who could like be hoarding things and hiding stuff. We don't know what's happening on this ship.
You're right.
We don't know these people.
You're right, and it's also not going anywhere. The science lab isn't. The stuff inside the science lab isn't. If you really makes you feel better, I'm pretty sure there's a lockdown protocol, so nobody can get in or out of the lab until we let them.
Okay, let's go. Let's go to the doors and I'll lock them down with my key card.
See, I don't trust you on that one, but I have no choice. But I'm telling you now, though, you walk in, I'm leaving you.
Understood. Agreed.
Okay. Then I agree to that.
Okay, and so you guys, he follows the medic. You guys head down this hallway, and yeah, on right here towards the aft of the ship, there's another junction. It's the same one. Well, it's the same one you guys climbed down. That's how you got down here. Well, Wilson wasn't with you, but that's the junction that you climbed down, and he points at these two doors down at the end of the corridor, and and says, "Okay, these are the two science labs," and he points to aft, and he says, "This is the smaller of the two, and 4 is the larger lab where Cooper did all of his work, and Cooper is the guy whose head exploded." And so Wilson, like he comes down here and he's like, "You sure you don't want to just open, like, just look and see what's inside and make sure everything's secure while we're here? You have the gun."
He did give me the extra shots, so I do have more than 2 bullets. I did forget about that. Fine, but we do the small one first.
Okay.
Flynn, get
And
behind me.
he takes his card and swipes it, and the door slides open, and the lights in this room flicker, and the stench of decay is overwhelming. There's a pile of gnawed bones in the room. The main lab has an enclosed decontamination area on the main examination table, and under the decon hood is a perfectly preserved metallic urn, just like the one in medbay. But this one is closed. There's a malfunctioning deep cold freezer with a smashed glass door. Has 4 more of these urns in it. And ooze has seeped out of them, though, forming congealed pools on the floor. Strange black fungal nodes, just like in the showers, are growing on the urns and in the pools. Are you just sticking your head in and looking around? Or are you going in and examining things?
Is this big or small lab?
Small lab.
Small lab? I didn't see anything really.
Yeah, I mean, there's this pile of bones is in there, but there is one, like the urn that you saw in the med bay that was opened and one of the vials was missing. There's one on the examination table that's closed, hasn't been touched. Now the 3 in the freezer are busted and all jacked up, but the one on the examination table is fine. And there's this pile of bones on the floor.
You said, if I remember correctly, you said the med lab one, that one was open and empty, correct?
It was opened, and there were 4 little slots. There were like a slot for vials to sit in, and there were 3 vials in it, and one of them was out. And it was open and empty on the desk. But there were 3 vials in it that had this black liquid. But this one is closed. It's like the lid is screwed down on top of it, and it's shut tight.
What color was
now,
the
whether the vials are in it or not, you don't know. But
out of curiosity, what color was the inoculation we took?
It was like red.
Okay.
I mean, they told you it was derived from the, from the alien, things, like the blood or whatever. That's how they synthesized but that's how to get anti-venom, you start with venom. I'm
still gonna I'm gonna go in just enough to see if the bones are human, but I'm also gonna, in passing, say to Flynn, said, "Please God, tell me you didn't put any of that crap from the urns in that inoculation."
No, we broke it down. It doesn't contain any of the material, but we used it to create the inoculation.
Okay, well, too late for anybody who took it, if it matters, but at the same time, I didn't care enough to ask questions when I took it first. So, I walk in, and are the bones human or non-human? Any tattered clothing?
I would need a because the book says a medic or a scientist would see it, but
Well,
I'm
I
I'm
have the
gonna
medic
give
with
you.
me. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess I could roll for him. I don't know if I have his stats. Oh, I do.
Yeah, because the only reason I brought him with me is so I can see if he could roll on the medical stuff with the body upstairs. I didn't need him for anything else. So honestly, I'm going to use him while I can.
Yeah, he steps in behind you, and you guys are kind of kicking these bones around, and he says, he starts like taking his foot, and like he will kick a thing. He'll say, "Okay, this is strange. This one is human," and he'll like kick it off to the right, and he'll go, "But this one is not." And he'll kind of shuffle it to the left. He says, "I don't know what that's from, but it's not a human bone." And like he can kind of work his way through the pile, and like there's a mix. There's human bones in there and something else.
Is it larger than the thing that popped out of Science Guy's face?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Did y'all take any
It
specimens larger
looks
than
as
that?
though something made a nest here, and this was its kind of, this was its nest for a period of time. Maybe still be its nest.
All right, Wilson.
And Wilson is off in the corner. He's like looking at he's taking note of the urn and the urns in the busted freezer, but he steps on something and he like, and he kind of scrapes his foot, and there's a little puddle of this black ooze on the floor. But when he stepped on it and scraped his foot, there's a key card in it.
I'm wearing a suit, so
Yeah,
that
you're
includes
all wearing
gloves.
suits.
Yeah.
Yep.
I take the key card to examine it, if I can get to him.
Yeah, it looks exactly like the key card that Wilson used to get into Mother. And well, you were all on the bridge. You remember the captain of the Cronus like popping the thing open on his chair, and the key card was missing.
If I'm the only one who, if Wilson sees it too, I'm not gonna try to. But if I can, I'm gonna try to pocket it before he knows what it is.
Oh no, he saw it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's why he stepped on it and was scraping.
Yeah.
Like he like, you're not supposed to have that. That's for either the captain or a corporation. A Weyland-Yutani rep is supposed to carry those.
Yeah, and I'll give it back to the captain. So I still pocket it, but I'm gonna give it back to the captain. Is the
He's
storage?
gonna make sure you give it back to the captain, but he's not gonna fight you on it because you have a shotgun.
I'm not gonna shoot him. I'm not gonna shoot him. Not while Davis is gone.
No, but that's the character.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I don't know what Davis would do in this situation, but the way the character is written, like he's going to demand that you give it to the captain, but he's not going to try and forcefully take it from you because he's afraid you're going to shoot it.
That's fair. The storage that's listed right here, is that the deep freeze unit or no?
No, the deep freeze unit is this square
Circle.
that's
Okay.
in the bottom right corner. The storage is just like a closet with shelves in it that had, random things shoved, but it's been wiped out. Like anything that the shelves are busted and stuff is laying in the floors. There's nothing of value in there.
Okay. Well, then I just kind of... All right, Wilson, I say... Actually, give me a second. Hey, Cham, Rye, on the thing. Found the captain's key card. You might want to let him know we have it. The one that goes in his chair. It's in the science lab. Also, bones. One set is human, one set is not. So we're probably gonna make our way back to you before going upstairs, because whatever this is probably it was his nest.
And I'm gonna say right here is where the knock on the door happened.
You wouldn't get a reply just yet.
So that being said, we can jump up to our crew in the bridge.
Oh dear.
So yeah, you guys are working away. You know, you've probably been at it for. I mean, it wouldn't take that long to get across the ship. You've probably been at it for 45 minutes, I would say, at this point. And there's this knock at the door. And the Marine is kind of standing off to the side, looking like, "What do you want me to do?"
A quick reminder: the two crew members from the ship we're on next to us. That's the corpo and the captain, or
On your ship?
from this ship we're on, the Cronus.
Yeah, we have
the
Clayton
ones
and
up
Johns.
front are the captain and the corporal rep, and then at the door is the Marine.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll turn to the captain next to me on the bridge. It kind of like give him a look, like, "Hey, y'all missing someone in your crew that's unaccounted for?"
The android Ava, no, we don't. We're not sure where she's at or if she's even still roaming the ship.
Can we pull up? Do y'all have security? Can we pull up a screen or something? See what's knocking on the door?
The sensor station was blown out. If you remember.
All right, I want to pull out my motion tracker then.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out my motion tracker, see how many people are sitting outside the door.
Well, I mean, you might get a ping outside the door, but you're not seeing. They're not like moving.
I'm trying to determine how many pings am I getting outside the door, because there's
It
only one
doesn't
knock,
do-
but there could be like more than one person on the other side.
It doesn't do that. It just like you see a ping, like maybe a brief ping, like they stepped back away from the door, but you don't see multiples.
Okay.
But as far as like if they're not moving, if they're standing still at the door, you're not going to get anything. That's the way this
Oh.
motion tracker is. It's literally all it does is detect motion. So if
Gotcha.
whoever did it knocked on the door and is standing there with their fist on their waist, like, you're not going to pick up anything. But I'm going to say you at least get a ping, and there's one ping there on the outside of the door. You don't get multiple pings at all.
All right. Can the Marine holler through the door? Is it like, or is it soundproof or anything like that? Because you'd be like who goes there, or
Yeah, it's a heavy steel door. Like, you could probably yell through it. You could try to yell through it, but I don't know. It would be touch and go if it actually worked.
Again, I guess this probably be more of a corpo question. That'd be the captain question. If that's one of your crew, can they just open that? Shouldn't they be able to just open that door? Like, the lock we have on that, is that just overriding anything that you guys have?
including Ava?
No, the door's just locked. But if I can't imagine somebody that was involved in the mutiny still being alive. But the door is just a standard lock. Now, this is the bridge. Like, people who weren't supposed to be on the bridge didn't have access to it.
All right. This is gonna take over time. We could be repairing anyway, so might as well. I'm gonna kind of like put like whatever we're kind of working on. Take just a second. I did get the call. We probably wouldn't. a little preoccupied. You wouldn't get a response yet, just in case. But I'm gonna walk up to the Marine. I'll post, like, I kind of like stand behind him and be like, all right, if y'all are down, pop this door open. You don't like what you see, you shoot its face off. I'm here to back you up with my fists. It's not much, but it's all I got. I'll spin around to the three behind me. How I feel about the plan? I like your enthusiasm. I'll spin back around to the Marine. All right. If you're down, I'm down. Let's do this.
So you're gonna open the door?
I'll open the door for him. Which one's the Marine again?
Reed.
She's standing right there. Yeah, Reed. She's standing right there at the door with you.
Okay. So here, let me move my... I'll be like... basically, like, I'm going to open the door for her. And then...
What?
we're going to hope for the best. Before I press the button, I'm again turn to the three in the back. If there's any objections... If not, maybe you guys can hide behind something?
Yeah, the corpo rep kind of gets behind one of these, one of the sensor stations, maybe ducks behind the burnout hollow table. Johns, the captain, kind of grabs, there's a bar there on the ground, maybe, piece of metal that came off of one of these sensory stations, and he just kind of grabs it just like a cudgel, just to have something. Ride, what are you going to just keep working, or are you going to kind of take cover? What do you want to do?
No, is there anything loose that I can grab, like a metal pipe or a wrench or something like that?
Well, yeah, you're working on it, so I would say you at least have some kind of a toolkit. I mean, you would need some kind of a toolkit there.
Yeah, well,
I would say there was a toolkit on the bridge for just this type of situation.
Okay. Well, no, I'm standing totally in defensive mode, like with something in my hand, ready to swing.
Yeah, you could have a.
I don't have a blowtorch
it's not like
anymore.
a big, huge pipe
So who
wrench,
ended up
but
with that?
you could have a hammer, maybe like a good mallet.
I gave it to either the corporate or captain when we got down the ladder to get here. I gave it to one of them because I was responsible for the motion tracker. One of them has the blowtorch.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I guess in that case, before I open the door, then when I'm turned around, I'll ask, either of y'all have the blowtorch, and can you toss it to me?
I can't remember which
If they
one.
have
I think
it
it
or
might be
not.
the captain.
I can't remember if the other group has it or not.
Wilson
no,
has
it's
the
not-
axe.
Yeah. See, I don't have like character sheets for the NPCs, so I don't. I mean, I'll say
because I'm pretty sure I gave it to the captain because the captain led out off the ladder, and I gave it to them
okay.
because I was holding the motion tracker, following.
Yeah, I removed it from your character sheet, so
Yeah.
it's not there, but it's not on Cham's sheet, and it's not on Davis's sheet, and it's not on Wilson's sheet. So.
Which means one of them got it.
Yeah, we'll just say it's the captain. So yeah, he will either. Do you want the cutter, or do you want me to use it?
Well, considering I'm gonna be at the door, I think
Well,
I
he
might-
steps up. He's down here at the door with you now.
He's with
Like
us?
he's
Oh, there.
yeah, he'll be there. He's not cowering in the corner. He was preparing
Yeah.
himself. I forgot
Okay.
he had the blowtorch.
Does the
Yeah,
signature item do anything?
That is for relieving your stress. Now,
So-
if you have a signature item that could be used in a certain situation, by all means use it. But the purpose of the signature item is when you have a time of rest, you interact with your signature item and it relieves your stress.
Oh, so it's only during a time of rest. It's not like, because my signature item, like I imagine I would like look at this before something drastic happens, because we haven't opened the door yet.
That's fine. It's not going to relieve any stress, but you can totally do that
Okay, well then
in the
I'm not worried
story.
about
But
it.
yeah, to relieve the stress, you have to have a time of rest, and it's like I think it may be 8 hours.
Okay.
But yeah, the purpose of that is to relieve stress. But yeah, she would totally pull that out of her pocket and look at it.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, Cap. Torches at the ready. I'm gonna pop this door open.
Okay. Cham leans over and hits the button to open the door. Wilson looks at you when there's no answer, Davis, and he looks like he's concerned.
Lock the door
And
behind
like
you.
he steps back into the hallway and like, let's lock this door down
Yep.
and let's see what's in Science Lab 2, and then we can head back.
I don't like that there's no answer.
Well, I don't like it either, but there's no telling what's happening that we could, like, we may find something. We just found the key card to Mother. We could find anything in here that would help us. Come on.
You're lucky I enjoy adrenaline. Let's go.
So he swipes the card.
He did lock down the science
Yeah,
lab one.
he does a Wayland Yutani lockdown. Like it would need a key card, like a Mother key card, like the one you found. It would need one of those to open it up. Because anyone ranking lower than, like, he used a code that only a high-ranking individual would have. And he turns and opens the door to Science Lab 2. And the three of you look inside, and this is a charred shell of a room. Whatever happened here, the crew ended it real quick with the liberal use of an incinerator or two. There's the burnout partial remains of a drum of some kind on the floor, and a body buried in the debris, its arms shriveled up and clutching at its chest. The stale air is thick with the smell of burnt rubber, plastic, and flesh. There's nothing worthwhile in here. But like, are you going in and looking around?
Now I'm just picturing, as somebody with a really good nose, the smell you described is like, I'm not going anywhere near that room right now. I don't have the constitution for it, but like, no.
This isn't 5e, boy.
So yeah, the medic and Johns will walk in. Johns wants to, this is his protocol. He's wanting to keep track of everything that's, it's hard to know what was in that drum. Like Davis or Wilson will, you can see like the beginnings of a word like QUI on the side, and then the rest of it is burnt off. The medic is kind of looking at this body, and he says, again, this is not a human body. This is the strangest. And he says, and he tells Wilson, he says, look at the arms. The arms are longer than they should be. It looks like it started out as human, but then something happened. And you're standing at the door. You can hear it. You hear this conversation, but
saying that, I immediately, I despite the smell, walk in and look at the arms and go, is it similar to the one from the upstairs?
Well, now this is a burnout. Like, this is a burnt, like, desiccated corpse. Like it's probably after 76 years, it's probably closer to a skeleton than even a corpse. And it was set on fire. But yes, what you saw upstairs, this is what it like. The arms are extended, and the legs are also extended, just like you saw the dude in the spacesuit. Now, the guy upstairs blew his own head off. I put it in the again. I put it in the stream information, content warning, all that. The guy upstairs took his own life. This guy still has a head, but his chest, like his sternum, is cracked and blown out. And like I said, the body, like his hands are clutching at his chest. And there's this huge, like where his sternum should be is just a hole.
All right, I say we lock down this room too. Go check on them, and seeing this body looking eerily similar to the other one, we need to get you upstairs to the other one. Maybe you can run some blood work or something on it, Mr. Medic Man. Flynn. His name is Flynn. I called him Flynn. Not Mr. Medic Man. I called him Flynn.
He'll say I can certainly try, but I would need to do that in the lab. I don't have that equipment at the bridge.
You want to drag the body down to the med lab, or can you not take the blood sample and then go?
No,
to the med
I can
lab?
take a blood sample, but
Okay.
any examination of it, I won't be able to do unless
Okay.
med lab.
Then that's completely fine with me, because I really don't feel like he may have lost like 11 pounds, because that's the average weight of a human skull, but like it's still gonna be heavy.
How do you know that?
I saw a random video the other day, where it's like a trivia video. It goes, how much does the human head weigh? And I was like, oh, like 13 pounds. No, it was 11, but that happened last night, so.
All right, so instead of hustling back up to the bridge, you're going to go upstairs now?
We're still stopping by the bridge. The silence worries me, because I am going to try again and say, we found another body that seems to have elongated arms, as well as the science lab 2 being incinerated. We're coming towards you due to the lack of response on your part, trying to make sure you're okay.
So you're going to the bridge first.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, you guys like you come back out in the corridor and shut the door, and he again runs his card and puts in a code that only someone with a high enough rank could access that room.
This is scaring me that these codes are that we're shutting all these doors with only a certain individual knows the codes too.
There's 3 people that would be able to open the doors in for us. They'll send the other corpo, their captain, and 4 people, and then our captain.
And you, at the moment, you have a key card.
Yes, I know.
It's covered in this thick, viscous black goo, but
I'm not a big fan.
which you're just like dragging around with you. Everything you touch is you're leaving handprints on everything you touch.
It's fine with
because
me.
you picked it up out of the puddle.
All right, so
Yeah.
that was you
Cham-
radioing it to us?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
he says we're coming to you, and like you're hearing this as as you guys are about to open the door, you hear Davis say, "We're coming to you. Why aren't you replying? We found a bunch of stuff. We're headed that way."
All right. Well, with Cham ready at the door, I'm gonna radio in and just let them know, do not come this way. Somebody is at our door right now. We're investigating. If you have to continue to come this way, try and get to what is that, the corporate suite. If you approach the corporate suite, don't come any closer. We're trying to figure out what's going on the other side of this door.
Okay, so Davis, what do you do with that information? Somebody is knocking on the outside of the door to the bridge.
Orpo, what do you think? Wilson, I'm half inclined to go there in case something goes awry, but at the same time, hey, Rye, that's your last name. That's hilarious. But at the same time, I trust in the Marine to get it handled. Screw it. We'll go to the body first. We could just use this junction to get up.
Okay. Completely different floor. Excellent. And I mean, Wilson's not very much down with that. Wilson kind of wants to get back to the bridge and like do what you guys can do to help.
Okay.
But he will follow your lead, but that's his suggestion is we need to double
That's
time
what
it back.
Okay. That's what I wanted to do as well, but like I was like, Wilson seems like a scaredy cat at the same time, so I'm letting him choose whether or not he wants to possibly die or not. But if he's on board, if he's on board at that, I say, okay then, Flynn, if you don't have a weapon, stay behind us. We're booking it.
All right, so you guys, he locks down Science Lab 2, and you guys double time it. And I would assume you're going straight up.
Whichever one would be the fastest route.
Side of the ship.
Probably, yeah. If that's the fastest route, yes.
So you will see as you run by, you'll see on the port side the corporate suite, which is you would assume is where their Weyland-Yutani rep. That was her quarters. It will have there'll be a plaque by the door with the Weyland-Yutani logo and her name, which I don't recall at the moment.
Can I? Never mind. That's a bad idea. Never mind.
Talking about corporate?
Clayton,
yeah.
But you do see that doorway is clearly marked as the corporate suite, and that would be where her quarters are, and anything that she had access to would be there, and Wilson could get in there.
So
but you're booking it on by?
For now, yes.
This is one of my favorite games.
Out of curiosity, though, I do want to know: is the goo I have sticky on the card? Is it sticky?
I wouldn't say it's not like molasses sticky, but it's like you could wipe it off, but whatever you wipe it off on, it's going to be on that now. Like if you wipe it on the pants of your suit, now the pants of your suit have it on it.
Well, what I'm asking is if there is a way for me to slyly stick it to a side of the wall near the Corpus suite and where nobody saw me stick it, that way I could come back to it. I would like to try to do that.
It would stick for a while, but it would start sliding down the wall after a couple of minutes. But if you just slapped it on the wall, it would stay there. But definitely before you got back, it would start sliding down the wall. It's not going to stay there indefinitely. Now you're going to be up here into the storage area and the armory. You're going to run by that as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm trying to remember if we left the armory doors open. Would I have known if we did or not? Because me and Sham passed it on the way back.
No, you weren't there.
No, on the way back up to the bridge to meet up with them, we had to pass the armory.
I thought y'all. Oh, wait, the armory? I thought y'all came up the starboard side where the mess hall is.
We originally were gonna do that, but I only had 2 bullets, and I didn't like the fact that.
Oh.
So we went up the port side on the way to originally get to the bridge.
I thought the mess hall had the origami structures in it.
It did.
The mess hall did have the origami.
Yes. Oh yeah, we went that way. We went that way to go down to the science lab and med lab. We didn't go that way coming back from the med lab originally. If that makes sense. This is my second trip to the back of the ship and my second trip to the front, if that makes sense.
That's right, because we split up again at the front of the ship. That's right. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm trying to remember if we left the armory open.
I would say probably not, because you guys have been good about shutting doors.
I was the
But-
last one out of there, and I never recalled shutting the door. Because remember, I took the jacket from the armory. Just
You know what I'm going to do? Let me tell you what I'm going to do. Last time I was at Disney World, I went to Galaxy's Edge, and what I found there was a very expensive, highly expensive set of chance cubes, just like Watto rolls. And whenever I can, I like to sneak them into a game. So I'm gonna roll these chance cubes. If they come up blue, the door is open. If they come up red, the door is closed. Ready? I don't know that I've ever used these in Alien. This is fantastic.
let's go.
2 red, 2 blue. 2 red, 2 blue. 3 blue. Doors open.
Sweet. Then on the way passing the armory, I am going to kind of try to not let it be seen, toss the key into the armory
Okay.
without Wilson seeing me do it.
Now you know he knows you have that.
Yes, and I can say I
Okay.
dropped it on the run.
Okay. Well, before you get up to there, like that could be your plan.
Yeah.
But the door slides open. The Marine, is standing, ready to go with the pulse rifle, and the captain has the torch. And there's a woman standing there in a compression suit. And it is your captain, Vanessa Miller. You see the Montero patches on her spacesuit, and she puts her hands up. She sees the pulse rifle, and she immediately puts her arms up. It's like I'm Vanessa. I'm Vanessa Miller from the Montero. Like, I'm the captain of the Montero. I lost contact with my crew, and I put on a suit and came over here to see what was happening.
Told her to not leave the ship. So mad.
But yeah, she's just standing there with her hands up until
All right. Well, guns, weapons down. This is our captain.
and she said, "Can I come in? Is it okay? What is happening? Why are you so on edge? I thought this was just a standard salvage job. Like, you guys
we
told me
thought
you
so.
found some weird, extraterrestrial material, but why are you guys so freaked out?"
I give her a full report. Like, she knows.
And yeah, about the time, like she's just getting everybody, Miller and Cham and Rye are all getting everybody chilled out. Like, whoa, 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 whoa. And that's about the time Wilson and Davis come around the corner.
All right.
Why are you here? That's the
Let's,
first thing I say.
Let's get in the bridge. We can close the door and start having a chat.
I sneak off. I sneak back. I try to sneak out of the conversation.
All right. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I need you to roll mobility, and Wilson is going to roll an observation. We're going to see what is what.
Oh, actually, I'm not doing that. I'm pushing that.
Ooh.
One success, but you now have 3 stress,
Yep.
which makes me very happy.
Question before you give the answer here, though, if Wilson notices, I'm allowed to push twice with reckless. Do I have to? That's one of my talents. Do I get to know whether or not he passed and succeeding, or before I choose to do it a second time, or no?
No, you don't
Okay.
get to know, but now you already have 1 success, so this time you would roll. Instead of rolling all of those dice, you're going to take the success out and save that. So you'll roll 4 black and 3 yellow. Which you just roll, if you want to push, just roll again. But no, that's going to give you another point of stress.
Yeah, I know. I
But
don't
you've already got 1 success. So if you get another or 2 more, you'll, whatever. But,
I don't. It's a success, so I'm going to leave it because I'm not entirely sure how that works. So
what I'm going to do is, like, if you roll it again, like whatever your lowest die is, that will take that one out, and then anything if you have more successes, you already got 1. So if you have more, you'll have 2 or 3 or 4, depending on what you roll. But that will bump up your stress.
give me 1 second. I'm trying to remember something real quick. Yeah, I'll push again. Actually, so I keep that 1 success.
You've got the 1 success, and like I said, what you roll this time, just roll it again, just like you did, and whatever your lowest black die is, I'll take that out.
Okay. You said it's a mobility.
Yes.
Well,
Oh.
and then let me add another. Oh, I didn't mean to make a panic roll. That one was an accident.
Oh no, yeah, the panic roll it's set to roll
Oh,
automatically.
when I went to go add another stress level, since it won't let me push a second time, even though that's my skill, it didn't automatically do the stress level for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, it's okay. I'll did you add it now?
Yeah, I have 4 now.
Okay, excellent. So yeah, you try to kind of sneak off. Wilson sees you, and you kind of get you have a nervous twitch. And that could be for multiple reasons at this point. But everyone in short range of you takes a point of stress. That would be Wilson and oddly enough, Miller. And the medic, but I'm not worried about the medic so much.
3 successes. I still got seen. That's upsetting.
That's the stress stuff.
Yeah.
Really wants to bite you.
Now, like I said, Wilson sees you. Do you just continue? Do you just make your way back down the hall?
Yeah,
Like, are you
he's
just gonna?
not gonna stop me? Yeah, I don't stop.
He sees you, but he doesn't stop you.
Okay. And in doing that, just because I'm not a big fan of it, I don't know how to use this. Hold on. I want to use one of my nap relief things to get rid of my stress
All right.
while I'm walking away.
Gonna have to take your helmet off to do that.
That's fine. I've already taken the inoculation, so I'm going to do that.
All right. So yeah, you make your way back into the armory, and you go to you pull your helmet off and try to take a nap relief, and an injectable instant pain reliever for all strains, stresses, and irritations, recommended for use during any self-inflicted cesarean performed to extract an unconventional fetus from your womb. Immediately reduces the patient's stress level to 0. Warning: an overdose of nap relief can have an intoxicating effect. Each dose beyond the first is in the same shift gives a -1 modifier to agility based rolls until the end of the shift. So yeah, but you still have to pull your helmet off. You sneak back into the armory and pull your helmet off real quick, and you've got this injectable, and jam it in your neck, and your stress goes down to 0.
Sweet.
And then I'm assuming you put your helmet back on, and Wilson kind of herds the medic, around the corner, and Miller and the three of them make their way in, and because Wilson's kind of got like, you've been kind of an ass to Wilson, and if you go off and get yourself killed, I moved Davis instead of Wilson. If you run off and get yourself killed, then that's no problem for him necessarily, other than the fact that you're the pilot of the ship. So yeah, everybody, you guys all bunch up into the bridge, and you notice Davis is not with them anymore.
I would have taken that for you, Scott. I would have gone back to the corporate suite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I assumed you had to go in there to get your card.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I went in there to grab the card and take the thing, and then go back to the suite.
I'll turn to Wilson. Is our friend going to join us? We're down one.
And he kind of looks around, looks out the door, like he was right behind us. And the Marine sticks her head out and looks, and like, there's no one out here. I'm shutting this door. I'm not going to stand here with this door open. If he needs to get in, he'll knock.
And sing.
He does not need to be going out there by himself.
And both of the captains at the same time are like, shut the door.
We can't just leave him out there by himself.
Rock chimes in. Screw him. Shut the door.
Fine. You know what? We're a crew. If we're gonna finally act like it, I'm gonna run after him. Shut the door behind me.
Okay, you guys are just bound and determined to not have everybody in the same room at one time. Cham steps out of the door. Do you ask for the axe or the cutting torch, or
Who has the axe again?
Wilson.
Wilson has the axe?
Hand me the axe. I'll be right back.
Yeah, Wilson will Oh no, Wilson has the cutting torch.
Wilson did have the cutting torch.
He never gave it to somebody else after he grabbed the axe. I forgot about that.
I thought we did something.
See, he doesn't have the axe, not in his inventory anyway.
Yeah, he said he grabbed it. I remember that from last session.
You know what?
I couldn't find it in the items.
When we initially split
in,
up, Wilson was with me.
Yeah, it's in Wilson's inventory. He's got the cutting torch. So yeah, he can give you the cutting torch or the axe, whichever one you want.
The axe. Hand me the axe.
All right, he hands you a fireman's axe. And again, the reason it's not in his inventory is I could not find it in the equipment.
Okay.
The problem with just typing it in like you're doing there is it won't do the math. Like,
no,
Fantasy Grounds won't acknowledge it.
Yeah. I'm just putting it there so we know that my character has it in the inventory. So we're not like, who has this thing?
I'm going to it'd be more than a knife, it'd be more than a blunt instrument. I was just going to give you something to have so that Fantasy Grounds would do the math if you need it to.
Fair.
I'm gonna give you a stun baton,
Oh,
and you can roll that, and we won't worry about power supply.
but we'll treat that as the axe.
Because because that seems like the damage and everything that seems right for an axe, I think. So yeah, he hands you the axe, and you step out. Before we do that, let's everybody roll a an air supply check. We haven't done that in a hot minute. So on your inventory sheet down the bottom left, you double click next to air. If you lose one, Davis loses one.
Two.
Ooh, Cham loses two.
Golly.
Let me do one for Wilson. Wilson's okay. Wilson and Rye are okay. So yeah, Cham steps out with the axe, and the Marine hits the button and slams the door closed. And Rye, you're left alone to work on the pilot's deck if you're still working on it, even. But this is going to bring your time back up, I will say.
It's a good thing you already passed the checklist.
Yeah, it's a success. Now it's just a matter of time. It's how much time it's going to take. Like the whole, what cut the time in half was the two of you working on it together, and now you're not. Now you're working on it alone. So now we're back to 7 hours instead of 3.
Cham.
Team player. Can't leave a man behind.
Before we
boy.
move forward, I really would like to go to the bathroom really quick. We're gonna cut it at 30 minutes. We're gonna cut it at 9:30 this evening, unless something is really exciting happening and you guys want to keep going. But yeah, we're gonna take just a quick break. Run to the bathroom and get a drink, and then we'll be right back and see what else we come up with in the next 30 minutes. Stick around. We'll be right back. Okay, thanks for sticking around, everybody. So at this point in the game, I'd like to pause and let's take a vibe check. What do you guys think about the game?
I'm
Stressed out.
I'm doing great. No stress whatsoever. I pushed more than anybody, and you know what? I feel great.
You've pushed more than everyone, and everyone else has had to pay for it.
This happened twice.
No, I don't think any of us have actually lost or gained stress at all, except for when you push us up one stress.
You know what? I'm sorry about that, but you know what? I pass my checks. That's all that matters.
That is the definition of sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
What we're gonna have to remember is if you take another nap relief, though, within the next 8 hours, that's going to hit your agility score.
Yeah, which is my best score.
Yeah. So I'm a pilot, kind of neat. I'm just talking about, like, I know none of you guys have played the game before, and 2 of you have not ever even seen the movies. So, like, what are your thoughts? And I promise it's not meant to be. I'm not trying to kill 30 minutes. But like, what are your thoughts about the game and the setting, and what are you thinking about it?
I think it's fun. With this being my very first TTRPG ever playing, I always thought that like the story is like you go in line with something, but this disproves everything that we're going to be going off in left field in every which way but the direct road. So
my favorite thing to do, and I do it completely on accident, is to throw as many curveballs as I can. Because I used to be a pitcher. Curveballs are my specialty. But, like, you know what? It's on accident at this point. It really is.
Joel, traditionally back in the day, it was a story, and they called it railroading. Like, the DM would, like, this is where we're going, this is what you're doing, and but players would go rogue and do their own things, and the GM would have to make stuff up and do it. And so a lot of companies like Free League have just made it to where railroading is not an option. Like, it's just open-ended. All of the Free League games are this way. Like, they're story driven. The characters, whatever you guys do, I react to. But yeah, back in the day, like when D&D first came about, yeah, it was very railroady. It was very like linear, and this is the story, and this is what we're doing.
So the term one shot, is that just like a single session?
Yeah.
RPG. So is that like still on like the railroad style?
No, I wouldn't say like if you're trying to do a one shot, a lot of this like going rogue needs to be dialed back a little bit, because the more you guys go nuts, there's no way. I still believe one shots are unicorns. I don't think they actually exist. I have played in 1 or 2 that actually successfully finished the story in one go, but a lot of corners were cut.
Okay.
This is not the kind of game that's a one shot.
This game feels like it's never going to end because of how many times we're veering off and stuff like that.
I could never run this as a one shot. This is not meant to be a one shot. But I have run some things that were one shot that wound up being 2 or 3 sessions. But yeah, one shot traditionally is meant to be like you sit down, play the story, finish the story, and go home.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you guys aren't. At this point, you're not even halfway. Well, you're pushing halfway through, I think, at this point. Getting close, I'll say, depending on what you guys do at this point. But yeah, this is a self-contained story. This was it's not a one shot, but it's what they call a starter box. So like, if you bought this, there was a set of dice in here. There was a small set of the rules, like a quick start set of the rules. There was an adventure. There were these maps that I'm using on Fantasy Ground. They're all folded up inside this box. So this was meant to be like introducing you to the game and the setting and all that, just like we're doing, but it was meant to be used at a table.
Gotcha. Okay.
But And that's what I'm a big believer in starter sets. I've got a massive collection of them. They're all right here next to me. Which my wife truly enjoys that I keep these all stacked up right here next to the desk. But one shots are completely different. They're much shorter, like a more concise story, and like if players actually want a one shot, doing all of this shenanigans that you guys are doing can't happen. Like otherwise, it just extends it out.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I just wanted to see what you guys. I haven't talked to you about it, and I definitely haven't talked to you about it on stream. I just wanted to see what you guys were thinking about the game and how the dice work and the stress. And I know I've pulled a couple of things out that have kind of caused some stress in the players as well as as well as the characters. But yeah, so Bryce, what are you thinking about the game? Everything?
Well, first of all, I'm loving it. I'm loving the mess out of it. As the only person who has seen any alien movies whatsoever, there are times, occasions where I'm like, I cannot think about the movie. I have to play this like someone who has not seen the movies.
Which
There's
is what
certain
I'm doing
things that
great.
I say, and I'm looking at you when I say it. It's like, Bryce, shut up, keep your mouth shut.
So far,
Player knowledge, character knowledge.
correct. My character knows nothing.
By the way, for anybody watching, we have made the decision. This group is going to, we're all local to each other, and this group is going to get together and play at a table, and we're going to play X-Crawl Classics from Goodman Games. It's fantastic. Look at this glorious book. Look at the light bouncing off of it. Look at that. Look at that. Very excited. Can't wait to get into this. We're going to get together actually at a table. I haven't played at a table in over 5 years. So I'm really excited, but this is coming up, and this will also be coming up here on the channel because this is a fantastic game and there's no way I'm not going to run it on the channel. Okay. So you guys shut the door to the bridge. Cham steps out with the axe, and you guys the Marine shuts the door. Rye, do you have any, like, do you just go back to work, or what do you want to do?
So who all do I have in there with me? Literally everybody except Cham.
Except Davis and Cham. Now everybody's in there except the two of them.
All right, so I'm actually not going to work. I want to be filled in by Wilson as to what did y'all observe while y'all were in the aft of the ship.
Yeah, and he tells you that we found in the one science lab there was a pile of bones. There was a metal urn, and then there was a freezer that was busted that had 3 metal urns in it, but they were busted as well, and there was this black ooze everywhere. And this pile of bones some of it was human and some of it was something else. And there was this black ooze on the floor, and we found the mother key card, and like, of course, the captain and the corporal rep both like perk up and like, well, where is it? And he says Davis had it. And then we went into the other science lab, and it was totally burnt out, like it had been set on fire, like somebody had gone in there with flamethrowers and completely wiped the place out. But there was a body in there that was odd. Its arms and legs were long and extended, and its head was kind of misshapen. It had a weird, like, it still looked human, but it was just kind of odd. It was off. But his chest was blown out, like he had a hole in his chest, and he was clutching. The body was clutching at his chest, but it had been set on fire, so we couldn't tell what exactly was going on. But that's when we tried to contact you guys. You said there was a knock on the door, so we came running. And then he looks at Miller and is like, "Speaking of, what are you doing here?" And this is where Scott gets to play the game all by himself. Uh, and and yeah, she says I hadn't heard from you guys in a while, and I wasn't getting any information, so I put on a suit and came over. Uh, I felt like you might need my help.
All right. So, with that being said, you had mentioned something about the key card, and Clayton and Johns perked up
Yep.
when they heard that.
Yep.
So my focus is on the key card, and I'm like, so what is this key card access? What is it for? Y'all said y'all found a key card, and Davis has run off with it. What is it for?
It's the key card that accesses Mother, but it also acts as like only the captain and the Weyland-Yutani rep is supposed to have it.
So I point over to the captain chair, and I say, so that key card goes to that with the broken encasement.
Yes.
Okay.
And Davis promised he would give it to Captain Johns, and now Davis has run off on his own.
So I'm looking at Wilson. Well, Wilson, why? Like, why did you not get the key card if the captain needs it?
Davis wanted it, and Davis had a shotgun.
For the record, I didn't actively threat this man. Like, for the record, for the audience, I did not threaten this man.
Last episode, you left your desk and went into the other room and was attacking Davis on screen. On
it was to emphasize that we're arguing. That was it. Davis made it violent.
Video evidence. All right, Wilson. Well, we seem to have a problem on our hands, and he's not in this room.
I'm a problem.
Speaking of Cham, where are you going? What's going on? With,
I'm just
with
going.
old
I'm
Cham?
booking it off in the direction I saw Davis go in.
Okay, yeah. Well, you didn't see a direction, but they were coming from the port side, so you assume he was over there. But where he went, you didn't see. You were inside the bridge.
All right. So then, I guess in that case, I'll just I'll give like a quick on a little radio call. And be like, all right, which direction did you go, Davis? I'm trying to find you. Not letting you out here on your own.
I'm gonna make sure it's a direct call before I spawn back. Like just the two of us can hear it. Like
Yeah.
I would have made it a direct call. I keep forgetting
okay.
to do that. It would have been a direct call.
Okay, if that's the case, then I'm in the Corpo suite. I knew Wilson wouldn't let me go in there, and I'm kind of curious as to what kind of paperwork might be in there regarding what the mission was, because she's probably the only one who would have had access to that kind of thing. Keep going down past the stairwell.
I hid your token so he wouldn't know you were in there, but then you just straight up told him.
Oh, the only person who I didn't want to know was Wilson.
Okay.
Wilson wasn't about to let me be in there.
So yeah.
So you've got that information, Cham. What do you do with it?
I'm going towards the Corpo suite.
All right, so you start making your way down the hall. Davis, you stepped in there, took the napper leave. You put your helmet back on?
Yeah, I immediately put the helmet back on afterwards.
Okay. And do you, Cham is coming. What do you want to do? There's a lot happening in this room. So what do you?
I'm gonna leave it to where he can just walk in. I'm not gonna lock it behind me or anything, if that's possible. Okay. But I'm gonna start looking through the room.
This was Clayton's wardroom and quarters. Is a spacious area. Was at one point luxurious. The bed is soaked with blood. The couch cushion stuffing is all torn out, and the furniture in the room is destroyed. So you see The bed is there. There's a couch. You see a wall safe on one wall. There is a wet bar off to one side. There is a walk-in closet that you see there. You see the closet on the port side of the room. So, what would you? I'll say you have a chance to look at two things before Cham gets down here, because Cham doesn't necessarily know where the corporate suite is. Well, he's got the thing on his data pad, so he's coming. He's coming. So, two things before Cham shows up:
Does the
Bed,
safe require
bed,
the?
safe, wet bar, closet.
Okay, I'm gonna start with the safe. Is it like combination, or is there like a key card? Is it key card related?
It's built into the wall, and it appears to be an encrypted. Like it doesn't take a card. It takes a numerical code. There's a keypad there. That you would assume that only Clayton would know. It would be her personal thing. Now, if you yeah, to crack it would take a shift of work and a Comtech roll. I don't know if you have Comtech at all.
I have 0 Comtech and 3
Okay,
wit,
yeah, it
so.
would be a -3 Comtech roll. So it's a pretty difficult Comtech roll, and it would take you 8 hours to crack it. So you
How
don't feel
sturdy
like
does
you're
it
going to
look?
get into that before Cham shows up.
How sturdy
So
does
one
it
more
look?
thing you can look at before, like the bed, the wet bar, or the closet.
The bed, probably. I'll wait for him to look at anything else. He might be smarter than me in that area. Like you said, it was covered in blood, so.
Yeah, the mattress is covered in blood. If you like go over and like start like, you're already got this black stuff on you, but you kind of pull the mattress over and just kind of toss it aside, and under the mattress is a pack of illegal stimulants that are to be ejected into the ocular cavity, which is, if you don't know, is your eye. Again, reduces the stress level to 0. And there are 4 doses of this. You don't know what it is because it's, like I said, it's an illegal substance. So it's not like.
Is it in a bag of some sort?
I would say it's in a little case, like a little, like in Pulp Fiction, there's a little leather, little leather case that has a zipper and opens up, and there's 4 syringes in it. But like I said, this is meant to be ejected into your eye.
I grab it, but I don't take any. I grab them.
Okay.
Leverage sounds like leverage to me.
And so, yeah, you turn and kind of look over at the wet bar, and that's when Cham shows up at the door.
Yeah, I let him in.
Axe in hand.
Davis?
You might want to walk on in here, buddy. There's some interesting stuff I found.
All right, I'll walk in.
And I shut and lock the door behind him and make it seem like this is not where we are. It's like, this seems very creepy. I'm not gonna do something to you. Also, take a look at this. I toss him. I kind of hand him the illegal drugs.
Cling.
I don't toss them. I hand them to him.
Okay. You toss it, then there's a needle. and stick.
So you're not stashing them.
Again, leverage seems like leverage.
Okay. So yeah, Cham, you obviously don't necessarily know what this is, especially considering it's not like a over-the-counter thing that like Nap Relief or Never Sleep. But yeah, it's a little leather pouch with 4 syringes with this clear liquid in it. Doesn't look like the inoculation. You never took the inoculation, did you, Cham? Okay. It doesn't look like that. It's completely different from that. And like Davis, I don't know if you tell him like this is obviously something illegal. Like this isn't.
Oh yeah, I
like,
straight up tell him
legit.
go. I straight up go. If you, based on your face, you don't know what those are. I'm not entirely sure what they are either, but I know that they are highly illegal and they were hiding under the Corpo's mattress, which, by the way, soaked in blood.
Have we checked the entire area?
And here, no, you got here before I got everything. There's also a safe in the wall. You wouldn't happen to still have the cutting torches, would you?
Got an axe.
How sturdy did it look, Scott?
It looked like it would take a Comtech roll -3 and 8 hours of work to crack it. That's
All right.
straight up what it says in the book. Like, that's what it's going to take to crack it. A Comtech roll at -3 and 8 hours.
Is there a closet or something in here with the door closed? Like,
Yeah, I only got to check like 2 things before you got here. There's the wet bar I haven't checked in the closet.
should maybe check the closet first? I don't know.
Bet. You want to open and let me cover you with the shotgun, or would you rather me open it and you cover me with the axe?
I'll open the door.
Okay.
I feel like that'd be a lot safer of an option. So yeah, I'll go and open the closet door slowly.
All right. You open the closet door, and there it is like a wardrobe. There's like it's a large like a walk-in closet, and she has clothes lining the walls, and it's not a lot because she's on a spaceship. It's not like she's going to fancy dinners or anything. But there are a few jumpsuits and a few formal uniforms. But at the back of the closet is a door, a large metal door with a key code, another key code pad on the right side of it. You go in?
Oh, can we? Oh, yeah. Are you talking about in the closet or in the door?
In the closet, inside
Okay.
the closet, like in the back of the closet, there's a metal, like an airlock door.
You reckon that's the same card and key that you used to get in this room?
Should we check the wet bar in case we're not coming right back in?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's check the wet bar first.
The wet bar has been practically cleaved in two. It is splintered and wrecked, as are most of the bottles stored here. Only a few bottles remain intact, scattered haphazardly across the floor. So there may be seems like all the bourbon is gone. There may be some bourbon and tequila are all gone. There may be some vodka laying around, and maybe some like scotch wouldn't be laying around. I don't know what else would be. Vodka is the main thing because nobody likes vodka.
I love vodka. Sorry, that's a Dylan thing.
All disgusting.
But yeah, so there's a couple of bottles like laid on the floor, but everything else is smashed and destroyed.
Jeez.
Well,
She must be an alcoholic. I mean, I can't really
Oh,
tell.
as I said, mutiny things
Oh
happen.
no, but like a wet bar only for her, and this much was stocked. I'm like, she had.
Oh
to
yeah,
be-
it was fully stocked. Yeah, it was stocked.
I'm trying to piece together events here. I know we weren't part of the ships. We don't know everything, but was the door locked when you got here?
Yep, only this key card and the key card that only. I'm 95% sure only the corpos can enter this room, but the key card I have is specifically only Captain and Corpo can use. So Captain could have come in here too. Oh, by the way,
it's an automatic close or anything, but like it feels weird that they would trash the place and close it.
well, remember Sham overheard them saying, no, you're Sham, sorry. Rye overheard them saying that the key card was missing. We found it in a science lab covered in goo.
Fair point. Goo? What kind of goo?
The black stuff that was all over.
Same stuff that was in the.
Yeah.
Is it the same
Minus-
stuff that was in the med bay?
I think so, but minus the eggs is I think what he said.
Yeah, if you show it to him,
Yeah,
Cam,
I hold
it
it
is
up.
exactly the same like viscous, like black liquid that you saw in the med bay. And it is literally on Davis's compression suit. It's on his pants. It's on his gloves. It's on his chest. Like maybe he trying to wipe it off all the time. So he's literally like, he's not like, he didn't take a bucket of it and dump it over his head, but he's got black all over his suit because he's a moron.
I say it's like when you're eating Cheetos and you get a little bit of Cheeto dust on your right knee. Brush your fingers off.
It's like,
A little on your elbow. How did you get it on the back of your between your shoulder blades?
Now, here's the question. We have enough leverage to press her with the illegal drugs. Do you want to see if she has anything to tell us before or after we try to check out that room?
I think we check out the room, but I think we hold on to that.
All right, I pocket them.
Leverage is nice to have, and it could be that maybe she starts tweaking a little bit and starts trying to force her way back to this room.
Oh, then I know what to look for.
We would know what she's looking for.
Yeah, then I would know what to look for. I got you.
I think we file that in the back pocket for a little bit.
Sounds good. All right, I will see if the key card works in that room in the back of the closet.
All right, Rye, what's going on up there with you? Do you go back to work, or are you still pressing for some kind of answers from Wilson and Miller? Like, what do you got going on up there in the bridge?
I don't know. There's just like a whole lot of information that's been like right here. Is there anything else that I would need to know from the events that from the adventure that Wilson went on, or have you said everything?
No, they pretty much told you. Like they were contacting you guys via radio.
Okay.
He tells you like we didn't go upstairs and see this body you guys were talking about, but we went to the med lab, we went to both of the science labs, and then that's when we lost contact with you guys, so we came hustling back up.
Okay. Well, I kind of want to. I want to venture out myself. I want to try and meet up with Cham and Davis. Figure out what's going on with the key card initially. But I have side projects that I would like to.
And Wilson's like, "What about the pilot station? I thought we need that to work, so we can't fly without that."
Well, unless you want to go out and try and look for them, somebody's going to need to figure out what's going on.
Okay, fine. Do you have some kind of weapon? Anything?
No, I don't actually. I don't.
He will give you the cutting torch.
Appreciate it, Wilson.
There you go. It is in your... Oh, no. There you go. It is in your inventory and equipped, so you can now use it as a weapon.
All right, thank you. All right, Reed, if you don't mind opening the door for me.
And she's like, "Are you sure about this? This is what you want to do?" And okay, and she opens the door and you head out.
All right.
And she shuts the door.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to make your token invisible because now no one knows where you're at.
All right.
Davis and Cham, you guys step into this closet. It's small, but it's big enough that you can both get in there. It's like I said, it's a walk-in closet. This doorway does have a like the first thing you see is that it's a keypad. Doesn't take a card. It's a keypad exactly like what's on the safe. So you would assume it's her personal code is the only way to get into it. You would probably assume, unless she's stupid, even Wilson wouldn't be able to get into this because it would be her personal like thing. but there is a window, like there's a port on this door. And you look through, and what you see is a fully functional escape pod. Still intact, still locked in place. There are 3 cryopods in it. And Davis, you can look at the controls through the window, and you know it doesn't have faster than light capabilities. But it appears to be completely functional. But like if you were to shoot off in it, you would just be much like the Cronus. You would just be drifting in space. But you need this code to get into it at all. But you do know, like I said, the armory. Every escape pod you've gone and looked at up until now has been fired. Has been gone from the ship. So this is one that is still here and is fully functioning. It's just a matter of how do you get into it.
All right. I think you hold on to that key card.
They know I have it.
That's okay. I think we make. I know you don't like him, but I think we have a chat with our corpo. I think we hold on to this. We know this exists. If worse comes to worse, this is way off the ship.
No faster than light, though. Our captain, I did make sure Miller sent out a beacon saying that we might need some kind of extra backup, possible something with military capabilities. So if we do have to escape, our escape pod will probably be found before the Kronos. No telling, though.
I feel like we found this ship on accident, so...
True, but now our coordinates from the Montero have been...
Fair.
Speaking of which, I really hope she locked the way back to the Montero.
Alright.
You want to go check?
The threat.
That sounds like something...
That's just a question. I'm just trying to decide where to go next.
I can just ask her, really.
Alright.
I trust
That's
her.
no fun.
No, but I can ask her.
Alright. I think, for now, keep this between the two of us, and then we eventually bring in the rest of our crew. Let them know what's going on.
Fine.
Because, hear me out, also thinking in terms of, that's a secret escape pod that their corpo knew about, hasn't used yet. Could mean something, could not. I don't know.
They also don't have their mother key card, so she couldn't have even if she wanted to.
Well, now
Maybe
it's
that
not
was
a key
keep it
card. Like it's a
No,
key,
to get into
it's a
yeah,
code.
but
In the
okay,
room.
I assume there's a code. I'm assuming it could do key card or code for the rooms too. So okay, no, it's just
Oh
key
yeah,
card?
for the room. I mean, yeah, there's a key card. There's a keypad on the room door, but you know it's made to use the card. The safe and this door aren't. You can't use the card for this. It's only the code. So
Okay, then
To get into the room, though, you would have to have the key
get
card.
into the room. It's either the
Okay.
code or the card.
okay, so then that takes out what I thought.
Okay. Well,
Whoever took the key card originally definitely made a stop in here because blood and missing alcohol bottles are very... But there's also some kind of fight in here. But they didn't touch the drugs.
was that what these are?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Because I couldn't remember if Sham ever figured it out. Cause
No, I straight up said, just in case you were... as based on your facial reaction, those are illegal stimulants that are going to your eyeball, not not anywhere else.
All right.
That's too far even for me.
Yeah, I think we can get our crew up to speed soon. This Kronos crew is too shifty. I don't trust any of them.
You know the signs of addiction when they want something, right?
I mean, maybe. Not really been around it.
I give him a full rundown. Scarily accurate. This is a full rundown. This is what you look for.
It's like a 5-minute conversation where he's just like, all right, you sound like this hits close to home. I'll take your word for it.
So,
we might-
right.
Anything you want to talk about, buddy?
To close us out, do you want to keep your activities completely secret, or like I think we're all good enough to like what they don't see, they don't know. But do you want to keep it secret from the players and just me and you talk about it later, or do you want to like tell them where you're going, what you're doing?
I trust them in not taking advantage of the whole thing, so we can.
Okay. Well,
We
I
can just
will
continue on with that.
All right. So you step out the door. Which way do you go?
I actually head starboard side.
Okay.
Toward the kind of the vestibule to. Am I able to open that door? Okay.
Yeah.
Could I examine that door?
The door seems fine. It is closed, but it's not a locked door. It's just one that you just hit the button and it opens.
Okay. I would like to hit the button and open it to examine inside.
You see on your to the fore of the ship, or not fore, yeah, fore of the ship, there are two doors that were for escape pods. They are both ejected. To the aft, there are and these two are over in the corner of the room. Like you may kind of jump a little bit. There are two large, bulky, red armored EVA suits. Equivalent to an Echo all-world survival suit. These are like Iron Man armor. These aren't something you have to hang up. They're something you have to get into and you can manipulate. There are two of them sitting there, but now since you have the power turned back on, you see that. You, like I said, it may shock you when you open the door, but you see they're two empty suits.
Okay.
Then off to your right, to the aft of the ship, there are a total of 3 compression suits. They're all older models. Just like everything else you've seen here, it's the same suit you're wearing. It's just an older model. They seem to be, intact. They haven't been tampered with.
Okay. In investigating, rifling through the pockets, do I find anything at all in these suits?
No,
So
they're just,
like mint condition, essentially.
Yeah.
Just haven't been used. Okay.
Yeah, they're just there for somebody to throw on when they get into the escape pod to take with them if they need it. And apparently, whoever took these escape pods didn't use them. So.
Okay, with the EVA suits, the upgraded armored suits, are there any like weapons that are attached? I don't like think Iron Man when you say that, but like, is there anything that like an electrical surge in the suit that happens or anything like that could protect me like as a weapon itself, or is it a straight defense? Right.
It is a fully articulated rotary joints and self-actuating fingers, offering a limited range of mobility, but the maximum amount of protection from the hazards of space. The helmet has a sophisticated heads-up display built in. It's Iron Man. The suit has its own thrusters for tether-free zero-G maneuvers. The comm array on a standard Eco EVA suit is unshielded and thus sensitive to rogue transmissions. The armor rating on it is 4. Maximum air supply is 6. It is a heavy item. So right now your armor rating is 2.
Yeah.
So if you put that on, it will be a 4.
Okay. All right.
But
I'm actually going
marching
to
around inside the ship with it on would be kind of like you're going to make a lot of noise. But
yeah.
totally put it on if you want to.
Right. Well, with that knowledge in mind, I'm going to think about it, but I'm actually going to go ahead and walk back out of the door and continue aft.
Okay.
What is that WC?
That's a water closet, bathroom.
Oh, just a bathroom.
You want to look in there?
Somebody died on a crapper. Sorry.
Yeah. 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 Let me go to the bathroom.
I mean, you know you have the floor plan, so you know that's what it is. But you open the door, and there is a what appears to be a young Asian woman standing in the corner. She has a big gash on her, like across her collarbone, and this white milky liquid has been draining, but it's dry. Like it's on her suit and it's completely dried because it's been there for 76 years. And she's standing there and she looks at you, but her head is kind of jerking weird.
Yeah. Okay.
That's where we're going to end it for this evening. We went 15 minutes past.
Guys, we found
Come
Ava.
on.
Who's we? Who's we? I found Ava. Okay. Who's we?
This is a
Me and the
group
mouse in my
project.
pocket. That's we.
This is a group project. We all equally contribute.
She was my passion project since I found out she existed. We found her.
All right,
Look.
so yeah, thank you for joining us. We had a couple of new people in chat this evening. So thank you for hanging out with us and checking us out. This will be up on the YouTube channel tomorrow mornings. There is that. You can follow us there. If you would like to join us here at the Random Encounters Guild and get to play some cool games with some cool people, you can always do that there on our Discord server. Before we sign off, let's go to Quasi. Who do you be and what do you do?
Well, I am Rye. I'm the roughneck. Oh, you're talking about the actual me.
Yeah. We're signing off, dude.
Yep. Quasi_MS, stream live on Twitch and on TikTok. Silo, aka Jay, appreciate you joining into the chat, brother. That's one of my viewers for baseball. Wanted to catch this different side of me. Yeah, stream MLB content. That's my primary content. Y'all can catch me live on Twitch and on TikTok. I do occasional uploads on YouTube as well. It's all about MLB over here, baby. I appreciate y'all being here.
And Bryce.
What's up? I'm Bryce. You can find me on Band of Buddies on YouTube. We got a few things. We just put out, Dylan and Davis did Chain Together, which is really funny. We've got a couple more stuff still in the works, but otherwise just doing this every Sunday. It's been a lot of fun.
And Dylan.
All right, as he said, part of Band of Buddies. We have that one just came out, and I think we're working on 2 other more videos. Again, I think we're just me and Davis, and then maybe one with all 3 of us. I don't remember. I am trying to still go back to streaming. It has been difficult with work since I work outside, and by the time I get home, I pass out in my chair almost immediately. So, trying to figure that out. And yeah, that's who I am. I also like long walks on the beach.
Oh, okay. Pina coladas.
Get caught in the rain.
Sardis does not count as a beach.
And I am Guildmaster Scott. I run things over here at the Random Encounters Guild. I get to I get to GM for these crazy folks, and every now and then I get to play with these crazy folks, which is what I'll be doing here Wednesday night when we play our Blade 68 game, which is Blades in the Dark set in 1968. My character is much like Davis, is a drug-addled psychopath.
Well, I'm not a
Um,
psychopath.
That we know of.
Well, okay, Davis
That's up
may
for
not be a
debate.
psychopath. My character in Blade 68 is a psychopath. He is a
Okay.
I'm playing him very. This is well outside of the box for me. I don't play this type of guy. He is very dangerous, and he's fond of explosives. We're gonna say, um, but yeah, we're hunting a serial killer. I believe there's a serial killer on the loose in Duskfall, and we've been tasked with finding it, and we will be forgiven of all our many crimes if we can end this killer's spree. So that will be Wednesday night, and then tomorrow night we're going to try to run Simroom. We had some tech difficulties last week. Tim is moving, and his internet is not hooked up yet, so we didn't get to stream last week. If that happens again tomorrow night, Chad, Davery, and I are just going to discuss the game, much like we did for a few minutes here tonight with Alien. We're going to talk about the rules and the setting and what we like and don't like. And but if Tim is able to join us, we're going to play the session that should have been last Monday night. But there will be something tomorrow night, one way or the other. There will either be a game or us discussing the game. And then, yeah, Sunday night, a week from tonight, we'll be back here for more of this. Hopefully, with more Davis this time. And
Davis Wade.
yeah, thank you for joining me, guys. I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. And we need to start scheduling this. I was telling Bryce this morning, every single word in this document is pure gold. This is the coolest book I've ever bought, and I'm very, very excited to run this for you. We're going to have a great time with this. We got to figure out the schedule. Until then, I hope you join us tomorrow night for Simbaroom, and we will see you next week back here for more Alien. Say goodnight, everybody.
Not
Not
everybody.
everybody.